Today, I would like to share with you how we take global brands into different local markets, especially specific to Asia. So before we enter into any market, the most important thing to do is research, to understand what the local media companies are, what the local competitors are, and also to learn from their experiences, what they've done well and what they could have done better. More importantly, to understand what is lacking in the media space in that specific territory and what's the need. So sometimes we take brands in as B2B brands and sometimes as B2C brands. And the research really helps you to find out what may or may not be suitable. It's also important to understand what's working in that market. What's the specific type of social media that is popular? What video platform is popular? Whether people still read magazines and newspapers or not, so that you can understand whether it's useful to even use these mediums in the specific market. It's also important to think of a local marketing campaign, because what you do in other territories may not specifically work in this one. You may want to find someone or a company that is good at doing local marketing, who would be able to do something that will bring your brand onto a bigger scale in a short period of time. I always think it's really important also to hire local counsel, because you really need someone who understands the local laws and regulations. Especially if something happens, you have someone there who can react very quickly and also communicate with local government officials very quickly to try to solve the situation. Especially with media brands, we find that a lot of these things happen. And whenever you have local counsel, it always helps a lot. I also find it very important to hire people locally. Although communication nowadays is very easy, we can communicate with each other very easily via Zoom and obviously email. It's important to hire people who have experience in that local market and obviously the connection that comes with that also. That makes your presence and your brand, the way that it will grow, it becomes much more easier. Always look for long-term planning. Building a brand is not a short-term thing. The first 3 to 5 years and the investment that you put into that is simply for brand building. You may not expect any profit coming out from those 5 years. So definitely look at a 10-year plan. But be careful to change those plans because the landscape is changing all the time. So it's important to change your 3 to 5 year plan every year or every 2 years. The other thing I would say is localization. Especially if your brand is a global brand, definitely think of ways of localizing that brand that would suit the local audience instead of always using something that would work on a global stage. Some of the examples we would like to use is obviously how bigger fashion brands have localized their stores in different territories to suit the needs of the customers there. I hope all of the above has been useful, and I look forward to connecting with everyone again soon.